welcome. Our Art of Giving would like to welcome all of you to Holidays at Hogwarts. The first act will run about 50 minutes, and then we'll have a 15-minute intermission after.
My name is James Rodriguez Horton. I am the founder of Our Art of Giving, a nonprofit located in Chicago. Our Art of Giving was created, we wanted to create a charity, an organization that gives back to many organizations and individuals who are in need or kind of slip through the cracks in certain situations. We work with everything from abused women's shelters to the pulmonary unit at Lurie to also animal rescues. What we do is we offer items of comfort, so we give tangible items to these places. So if somebody is in need of toys for Christmas, we help take care of that, we fill in the gap for them. This is Our Art of Giving's 24th show, and this is our 15th show at Stage 773. So the way we find our actors is we put out word of mouth, we put out social media blasts. People from previous shows come and ask, how can I be involved? How can I volunteer? With that, we have many people who are experienced and professional performers who volunteer their time. Then we also have people that maybe they only performed once or twice in their life. Either way, they're all here for a great cause. And usually 90% of the people from this show are audience members from previous shows that said, I want to be involved sometime. How can I help? I decided on the Harry Potter thing because we wanted something different, something that for kids, teens, and adults alike they could enjoy. I wanted to incorporate reading and literature into the show, and the show is really about the underdogs and how reading is beneficial to us all, and I hope that that message gets conveyed to the audience and they use it in their daily life. One last thing I wanted to say about the Holiday at Hogwarts show is these shows can be done, anyone can be involved, anyone can volunteer. During this time, it's just always good to just give back, whether it's something that you can buy a toy for somebody or if it's just time you can spend with somebody. We have a lot of people that are always trying to figure out where they can donate used books, where they can donate some gently used clothing. There's always places that can accept those, especially during the holidays. And oftentimes we overlook the smaller organizations that do such great work. So my advice is always you can contact us at OurArtOfGiving.org, or you can find us on social media. We're there to help and make sure that this winter and this holiday season that everyone is smiling and having a good time.
Buongiorno, children, and welcome to our Art of Giving story time. Oh, I'm the blue-haired fairy, and today you'll be listening to Tommy Jamerson's Once Upon a Pine. Grab your art supplies and color along as you listen. Once upon a pine, and long ago.
When animals still talked,
and magic kept everything in balance,
there was, of all things,
a simple piece of wood.
How all that actually happened, we cannot say.
But the fact is that one day, in a tiny village just outside of Tuscany,
this piece of wood appeared
in the shop of a jolly old toy maker
whose name was
Geppetto.
That's me, Geppetto. Did someone call my name? Does anyone ever call my name?
Geppetto was lonely.
for he'd spent so much of his life building dolls for other families
that he never got around to building a family of his own.
And it was because of this he wanted, more than anything,
a son.
But since that was not possible,
he decided instead to fashion together a puppet.
A puppet, yes. A marionette, I think. One who could dance and fence. One who could leap and jump. And one who could help me pass time, which I have far too much of. But, Finable, in order to do that, I'd have to find the perfect... Oh! Log? But how did you get here? You couldn't have just walked in here by yourself. What's your story, little nuisance? It's almost as if you appeared by magic. But what other explanation is there for this log? And what a log indeed! Come, we've got work to do.
Geppetto took his tools and began to work with great determination.
He carved its head in less than a day.
Its stomach, hands, and legs the next afternoon.
And before he knew it, he had...
Finished! Voila! Just look at you. Thick, wavy hair, beautiful blue eyes, and no voice to talk back to me with. You really are the perfect child. If only you were alive. But I'm more likely to get swallowed by a dogfish than have that happen. Still, as Nona used to say, if you want something badly enough and dream of it day and night, eventually that want will have no other choice but to become a wish. And in turn, that wish will come true. I suppose I'd better clean up.
As Geppetto turned away from his puppet, something began to stir within it. And the puppet's right arm moved by itself.
Geppetto walked over to his puppet, examined and placed the arm down. But as he turned to walk away...
This time, the puppet's left arm moved.
Then his right leg kicked out.
And then the puppet's left leg flailed.
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat! You're real! You're moving! You're...
Alive!
Indeed! And what an amazing puppet you are!
Puppet?
See, a puppet. A marionette.
And are you a puppet too?
Me? No, I'm a person. I carved you. You're made of wood, but I'm flesh. See, this is flesh. Well, not this. This is a liver spot. But this right here, it's called skin.
Skin?
Yes, and that's hair and a vein and, ouch, that's a pinch.
And what am I called?
That's a good question. Ah, I know. Because you're made of pine, you shall be called Pinocchio, which means pine seed.
Pine seed?
Correggery! That way, no matter where you go or what you do, you'll always remember what you came from.
Geppetto handed the puppet a pine seed.
A Pinocchio.
A Pinocchio. I like it. He threaded a piece of string through a tiny opening in the seed and tied it around Pinocchio's neck. But what shall I call you?
Well, I did create you and clothe you, and if you eat, I'll put food in your belly. So I suppose it'd be only customary for you to call me Papa. That is, if you want to.
Papa? I like the sound of that.
So do I, son.
That evening, as they readied for bed,
Pinocchio asked Geppetto the one question that had been bothering him all day.
It's the one question that all parents fear.
And the one all children, even those made of pine, ask.
Papa, may I ask you a question before we go to bed?
Of course you can. You can ask me anything at all. Anything you like.
Where do babies come from?
Anything but that. Look, it's late and you're...
Not human babies, but puppet babies. And, well, not really puppet babies, but me. Where did I come from? And why am I alive and other puppets aren't?
That's a very tricky and complicated question, and it requires an even trickier and more complicated answer. But I think the best way to put it is, you're alive because I wished for you to be.
So, when someone wishes for something, does that automatically mean it'll come true?
Sometimes yes, but mostly wishes have to be earned. You have to prove yourself worthy of them. And if you do, then your wish will be granted by the blue-haired fairy. Not much is known about her, but legend has it she lives in a cottage deep in the heart of a dark and gnarled wood. It is also said that her hair gets its bluish hue from all the stardust tangled inside it. And it's that very stardust that she uses to brew all of her potions and make our dreams come true.
Wow. You know, if I were to make a wish, it'd be to become a human. I'd have real hair like you, and eyes, and even real liver spots.
Oh, what a dreamer you are. And speaking of dreams, it's time for you to make some. Tomorrow, you go to school.
But, Papa?
Now, no more questions. Just close your eyes and sleep. Yes, sleep, sleep, sleep.
Psst. Papa? I would go to sleep, but I don't know what sleep is.
Mamma mia!
Pinocchio quickly awoke the following morning, ready to begin his first day of school.
To commemorate the occasion, Geppetto gifted him with a shiny new hat.
One that he had fastened together out of glue and breadcrumbs.
Oh, how does it look?
Only one way to find out.
I look exactly like a gentleman. The bell! I'd better get going.
Not yet, you're not.
But I'll be late.
Better you be late than show up without this.
A book?
Not just any book. A primer. One with more facts and figures than you could learn in 5 lifetimes.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You'd better hurry up.
Yes, Papa. Papa?
Yes?
I'm confused. I thought you said we were poor.
We are.
And that we don't have any money.
We don't.
Then where did this come from? How did you afford it? It's just, it's such a fine book. With its golden pages, pages that are almost as yellow as the coat you're always wearing. Wait, where is your coat? The one with the purple buttons? You had it when you left a few moments ago, but now it's gone. The book is here, but your coat isn't.
Even though his head was filled with sawdust,
Pinocchio understood the answer instantly.
Don't worry. I'll make you proud. I promise.
I know you will, son. Off with you now. Go!
Using the chimes as his guide, Pinocchio made his way to class.
All the while using his imagination to build 1,000 castles in the air.
Each one more beautiful than the last.
In school today, I shall learn to read, and tomorrow I'll learn to write, and the day after that, I'll learn all my figures. And to think, it'll only have taken me 5 days. 5 days to become a genius.
As he said this, he realized that the chimes of the bells
began to intertwine with something he had never heard before.
What kind of magic is this? It must be music. Papa told me it was wonderful, but he didn't say it was this wonderful. Oh, it makes me want to jump and move and...
Under the music spell, Pinocchio broke out into a dance.
He kicked his legs here, spun there, and did not once pay attention to where he was going. Suddenly,
smack! He crashed right into a few locals going about their business.
Hey, watch it!
Oh, sorry.
Look where you're going!
I beg your pardon.
Move it or lose it, kid!
Sorry,
Out of my way, buddy!
I didn't mean to. I just got all turned,
ouch!
around.
Watch it, blockhead. Jeez, you'd think it was made out of wood or something.
Sorry. Again. I didn't mean to act like a blockhead, but unfortunately, I am one. Oh, if only I knew where that music was coming from.
Just then, as luck would have it,
Ladies, gentlemen, girls, and boys of all ages, would you like to know where all that marvelous music is coming from?
Would I?
Then look no further. Step right up, and come see my newest spectacular. A brand new show, one day only. Music, magic, marionettes.
Music and marionettes? Oh, I've got to see this. Oh, and I bet my father will want to see it too. Yes, my father. Oh no, what time is it? I'll be late for school. Oh, but the music. What am I to do?
Say, kid, you're looking a little down in the mouth. What's the matter?
Nothing, miss. It's just... Oh, I'd love to see your show. It looks amazing.
Of course it does.
It's just... Unfortunately, I can't. On account, I gotta get to school.
School? School? Blech. The only thing school's good for is teaching you reading and writing and arithmetic. 3 things ain't nobody needs.
But my father says it's important for me to get an education.
Please, you can get one of those any old time. But this show, it's in town for 1 day, and 1 day only.
That's true.
Besides, what's 1 day absent from school gonna hurt anyways? Heck, I cut class all the time when I was a kid. And I turned out okay.
You're right. You did. Okay then, I'll do it.
Fantastico! Now follow me, little buddy, right this way, and prepare yourself. A world of excitement awaits.
Oh boy, oh boy.
But before you can enter, you first gotta pay my fee.
Fee?
That'll be 2 gold coins, please and grazie.
Oh,
Come on, kid. I don't got all day.
I'm sorry, miss. I don't have any money. In fact, the only thing of value I have is this. But I couldn't possibly part with it, no matter how wonderful your show may be.
You sure about that?
Pinocchio was sitting on horns.
He was ready to make an unspeakable offer, but all he could think of was his poor, coatless father and his steadfast generosity.
He was about to say no and continue on the way to school, when again, the music lulled him into submission.
Here, my new primer for admission to the show.
Wonderful! Go on in, kid, and enjoy. Oh, step right up, and see the greatest show around. One night only. When Pinocchio entered the tent, he was greeted with more revelry and merriment than he ever thought possible.
The audience was laughing so ferociously that their cheeks soon turned as red as the balloons that were floating about.
Whoa. The puppet knew he should leave, but every time he attempted to tear himself away,
another act would start, even more fantastical than the one preceding it.
Oh, it's getting late, but I'm sure Papa won't mind. As long as I'm having fun, what else matters?
The performers began hurling cream pies, smacking each other in the face with them. The laughter bellowed from the audience.
And so there he stayed all day,
enjoying himself and not thinking at all about his father or his responsibilities.
Speaking of Geppetto...
Pinocchio! Pinocchio! Where have you gone? Pinocchio!
he was about to have an experience of his own.
Has anyone seen my son? Have you? What about you? Oh, Pinocchio! Pinocchio!
Shh! Silenzioso! Whoever you are! Can't you see that the sun's going down and the entire town is getting ready for bed?
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
Forgive me, Signore Carabinieri. It's just
Oh, Geppetto! It's only you! What seems to be the trouble here?
It's my son. He left this morning for school, and no one has seen him since. I checked with his teachers. I checked with his classmates. No one knows where he is.
Oh, Geppetto, that's awful.
Awful.
Terrible.
Terrible.
We'll help you look at once.
At once.
Tell us, what's your boy's name?
And what does he look like?
Well, his name is Pinocchio.
Uh-huh.
He's about yay high.
Yay.
With bright blue eyes.
Blue.
Thick wavy hair.
Wavy.
And a body made entirely out of wood.
Wood. Wood.
He's a puppet. It sounds silly, I know, but Pinocchio is a puppet who talks and walks, and he's my son.
You're joking, right?
Right?
No.
Oh, boy.
Look, Geppetto, we've known you a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You're the most honest man in town.
Indeed.
And if you say that you have a living son made of wood, well, then we believe
that's what you believe.
And we have no other choice but to arrest you.
What?
And declare you mentally insane.
'Twas bound to happen. Anyone reduced to a life of puppet and doll making is sure to lose a screw.
Or 7.
But I'm not crazy.
Sure, you're not crazy. And I'm really a 33-year-old woman in a radio play. Come on, Geppetto.
You've got an audience with the king.
But I'm innocent, I tell you. Innocent!
That's what they all say.
To the palace we go.
Poor Geppetto. While the toy maker was away, Pinocchio ran home.
But when he arrived, he soon discovered
There isn't anybody here. Hello? Where'd my papa go?
suddenly, out of the darkness, a little voice cried out.
Yes. Where did your father go?
That's what I'm asking.
And that's why I'm surprised. It's not like you to care for anyone but yourself.
That's not true. I do care.
Could have fooled me. Now, if you care so much for him, then why didn't you go to school? And why did you stay out all night? And why did you listen to the carnival?
It was an accident. I wasn't planning on... Hey, who's saying this?
I am, of course, and I'm over here. No. Here. No, here.
Jiminy Crickets!
No.
Actually, it's Davy. Davy Crickets. And you better watch where you're stepping.
I will. Gee, I didn't know crickets could talk.
Puppet, what you don't know could fill a library's worth of books. And speaking of books, I see that yours has gone missing.
Well, it was... Wait, how did you know that?
We crickets know everything. And what we don't know, we're told by the blue-haired fairy, no less. Sent me to check on you, she did. And unfortunately for you, I don't think she's gonna be too happy when I report back. And tennis cross, she doesn't punish you too severely. Only one way to find out.
Oh, wait! Please don't go! And don't tell her what you found. Or didn't find. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be bad.
You didn't, huh? Well, hate to burst your bubble, kid, but life don't work like that. Saying, I'm sorry, doesn't fix all your problems. Especially not after things have gone wrong. And how they have gone terribly, terribly wrong.
I'm so confused. When will my papa return so I can fix this?
It's not a question of when he'll return, but if. Geppetto's been arrested.
What? When?
Last night, while he was out looking for you. He ran into a couple of wise guys, and before you could say muscles marinara, they hauled him off to the big house. No telling what they'll do to him there. I tell you where they're keeping him, but you're just a selfish little puppet. And at the end of the day, what can a puppet do?
You're right. This is all my fault. And I'm just a selfish puppet. Oh, my poor papa. Why did I ever listen to that carnival barker? And why did I misbehave? Why?
Oh, brother. Awkward.
Sorry for leaking, or whatever this is I'm doing. It's just, if only there was someone who could help me, and believe in me, and make me more than what I am.
As luck would have it, Pinocchio touched his splintery neck.
And feeling something beneath the pattern of his shirt,
discovered the seed that his father had presented him with only yesterday.
A seed that would soon grow into an idea.
The blue-haired fairy, she'll help me. I can go to her and ask her to turn me into a real boy.
Say what now?
I'll explain everything to her. And if she makes me a human, then I can go to the jail and trade places with my papa. After all, I caused all these problems. The least I can do is take the punishment I deserve.
You mean that, Pinocchio?
Really and truly. A puppet may not be able to resolve, but a real boy certainly can. And that's what I'll be.
The cricket, who by nature was crustier than toast,
Was so touched by Pinocchio's concern for his father
that he reached under his crumpled old wing and pulled out
a map. Follow it to the letter and you'll find what you seek.
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me yet. The cottage is almost a day's walk from here, and it's located in the darkest part of the deepest forest, and it's guarded by the scariest of creatures.
Scary, huh? Well, scary or not, my father needs me. It's time for me to stop stalling and start hauling. You coming with?
And what? Act as your conscience and your cute little sidekick? Sorry, Woody. Wrong Toy Story. You're on your own for this one.
Don't worry, Papa. I'm on my way.
Goodbye! Nice kid. About as sharp as a wet ravioli, but nice nonetheless. He's doomed.
Pinocchio began his quest. He trudged and trampled and allowed the map and the sunlight to guide him.
But as misfortune would have it, just as he entered the ferocious forest, the sun went down.
and it became so dark that he had to grope his way about.
Oh, what do I do? I can't even find my nose, let alone the fairy's cottage. How am I supposed to... What was that? What's going on? What's behind me? Only one way to find out. Phew, just the wind. There's a relief for her. Holy cannoli!
Suddenly, a flock of ravenous birds flew out of the bushes.
No!
The greedy scavengers had sniffed out the puppet's bread at
and set their sights on obtaining it.
They lunged at him this way
Oh!
and that.
No!
Rushing across his nose, frightening him greatly.
Go away, birds! Go away! Oh, where am I headed? I can't see a thing. Oh, what's in front of me?
Blinded by the darkness, all the puppet could do was feel the snap of branches as they smacked his face.
The hot sting of the beaks as they pecked his forehead, and the parchment map in his...
No, my map! I need that! Let go!
But it was too late. The bird scooped up the map and soared off with it, ensnared between its talons.
Deeper into the thicket he ran.
Finally, just as a few streaks of moonlight made their way through the foliage,
And just when he thought he could outrun the birds and find shelter, smack!
Bam!
crash!
He ran right into the trunk of a tree and...
Collapsed.
Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Time to get up now, Pinocchio. Time to get up. Poor little puppet. Whatever am I going to do with you? I know you are alive. I can hear your heartbeat. But your head's on fire. Only one option left, I suppose. Fairy dust. Now awaken! Oh, my head. Yes? Ah! Where am I?
who are you? Are you a phantom? Oh, don't eat me, phantom! Don't eat me!
Phantom! Oh, Pinocchio, come now. Do I look like a phantom to you?
I don't know. It's hard to see your face with all those blue sparkles and curls and ravioli mastacholi. It's you! You're the fairy!
The one and only!
And here I thought I'd never find you. I thought my life would end before I'd get the chance.
You certainly were screaming like your life was over. Help me! Help me! And all over a little cloak and some birds, too. Oh, Pinocchio, you are a funny one, you know.
Stop laughing at me. It wasn't just the birds that frightened me, you know. There was also, a monster.
A monster?
A big monster, twice as large as this room, and covered in scales and 1,000 tentacles.
How interesting.
Something began to stir from within the puppet's nose. With each fib he told, Pinocchio's nose grew longer and longer.
Tell me, what happened to the monster?
It was eaten, by another monster. Yeah, that's it. Another monster that looked like a giant lizard with green eyes, green skin, and a great big green beard made out of spider webs. Wait a second. My nose! Why is it growing? And why are you laughing at it?
Oh, I'm not laughing at your nose, but at your lies. Lies are easily recognized, and yours is as obvious as the nose on your face.
Oh, I'm sorry I lied, Fairy. I guess I was just embarrassed.
Being afraid is nothing to be embarrassed of, for it's in our fear that we learn the most about ourselves. But lying, that only conceals us from our own truth.
That's exactly what I did. But how do I fix this?
Only one way I know of. Are you sincerely remorseful for not telling the truth?
I am.
And do you promise to never tell another lie as long as you live?
I do. Oh, truly I do.
And I believe you. And more importantly, so does your nose.
The fairy pulled out a ridiculously large ostrich feather and began tickling the puppet's nose with it.
That's amazing. My nose is back to normal.
I know. Here, keep it. You never know when a sneeze or an oversized feather will come in handy.
If you're able to do that with a lie, imagine what you'll be able to do with my wish. See, I want you to turn me into a real boy.
I beg your pardon?
It's why I'm here. My papa says that if you want something badly enough, then that want will become a wish, and that wish will come true.
I see. And is that all your father says?
No. He also says that wishes have to be earned.
He's right. And do you feel that you've done enough to have earned yours?
I came all this way, didn't I? Besides, my wish is really important. Probably more important than everyone else's. With my wish, I'll be able to free my papa and help him out.
That's a bold statement. And a commendable one, too. But, unfortunately, lots of people make bold statements when they want something. And while the words are wonderful, It's actions that speak volumes.
Oh, I'm confused.
I'll put it another way. If you can show yourself to be noble, kind, and selfless, then I shall grant your wish and give you all your heart's desires.
But I'm just a puppet. I need to be a real boy to prove myself. Yet you want me to prove myself before you'll turn me into a real boy. How does that work?
That part you'll have to figure out on your own. And now, my dear Pinocchio, I must be off. I have lots of other wishes to grant. Oh, not a lot of time to grant them in. Maybe if you're lucky, one of them will be yours.
Wait, you can't go yet. I need you.
Arrivederci. And good luck.
Fairy, no! Not yet. Come back, Fairy. We need to discuss this. Come back. Please come back. Oh, she is vanished. But I don't know where to go. I don't know anything.
For the first time in his life, the puppet began to feel truly empty. Empty and
Angry. What am I supposed to do now? I listened to the cricket, came all this way, and for what? To be more lost than ever? And now, thanks to the fairy, I'll have to stay a puppet forever. You know what? Fine. If she doesn't want to help me, then why should I care about helping anyone else? From now on, I'm not going to. From now on, I'm only going to care about me.
thrusting his hands in his pockets, the puppet set out on another quest.
This time, he wasn't sure where he was going
or what he should do.
But ultimately, none of that mattered to him. He simply wanted to get as far away from the fairy's cottage as possible.
And so he walked.
And walked.
And walked.
He walked through the wind.
He walked through the rain.
And he walked until he literally couldn't walk anymore.
Stupid fairy. Stupid wishes. Stupid. Whoa! Oh, what a high cliff this is. Oh, one more step and I would have fallen. Oh, right into the ocean. Oh, that would have been awful. Though, honestly, I can't see this day getting any worse.
Really? We can.
It was as if the words were too tempting for fate to pass up. For no sooner had he uttered them,
did the ground begin to shift
and shake.
What's going on?
Suddenly, out of the water sprang a dogfish, larger than any that's ever been seen before, sporting a horrible scaly head.
Not to mention a mouth that was like a deep cave with 13 unlucky rows of razor-sharp teeth.
Leapin' linguini! That's one big fish!
Drawing in a breath, it inhaled 6 unsuspecting seagulls all at the same time.
crunch!
Unfortunately for our little puppet, that's not all the beast inhaled.
It also inhaled
him.
No! No! No!
Oh, that smarts. Oh, why is the ground so wet? And sticky? And oh, what's that smell? Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, it's sticky and it smells and... Hey, what's that?
As he trudged forward, he came upon a warm glow that flickered off in the distance.
The farther he went, the better he could see.
And when he reached the source of light, what do you think he saw?
We'll give you 1,000 guesses.
But you'll only need one.
Papa? Oh, Papa!
What? It couldn't be. Pinocchio!
Oh, it's really you! But, what are you doing in here?
Oh, it's a long and sordid story, my boy. But I'll say this. If you're ever arrested and tried in front of the king, and he says that for the crime of being a non-compos mentis lunaticus, you're to be bound, gagged, and turned into fish food, believe you me, he's not kidding. Oh, but that doesn't matter now. What does matter is that we're together at last.
Oh, we sure are, Papa. Together and safe. What's that?
Our safety flying out the window. That's the monster's stomach. He's digesting today's food. And I fear that includes us.
Sounds like he's in pain.
Heartburn, I'm guessing. That's what you get for eating Italian.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. The only way out is through the monster's mouth. And even if we were to make it there, we'd still have to swim a long, long way. And I can't. Not with this ball and chain. Oh, it's hopeless.
Not necessarily. I can hold on to you, and when the water washes us out, we'll float. Well, I will. And then you can paddle us to shore.
You brilliant boy. But how are we going to make him open his trap? Oh, if only we had something that would make him cough or sneeze.
Something that'll make him sneeze. By something! Papa! Do you mean this?
Wonderful boy! But where did you get that feather?
Oh, no time to explain. Now, hold on to me tight. In no time at all, this oversized sardine is going to chew us right out into the open water.
Here goes nothing! It's working!
Quick, hold on to my back.
But if I push my weight on top of you, you might be held under. You could drown. Oh, I won't do it. I can't.
Papa, you once told me that if you want something badly enough, then it'll come true. And more than anything, I want you to be home and safe in your bed.
But Pinocchio...
Pinocchio swam as fast as he could.
Plunged headlong into the open expanse of water when suddenly...
They saw, rushing towards them,
The sea monster!
Hurry! He's gaining on us! I see it!
Using every ounce of strength he could, Pinocchio reeled towards the shore. But just as they were about to reach it,
the monster's enormous fin erupted out of the water and...
Pinocchio? Pinocchio, where are you? Oh, no. 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 My son. My brave boy. You sacrificed your life for my own. If only I could get you back. If only...
Geppetto clutched the puppet tightly to his chest and crouched down on the wet sand, weeping bitterly.
Fairy, isn't there anything you can do? Yeah, I mean, sure. The kid was a few pepperoni shy of a pizza, but we gotta do something.
Davy, I agree with your sentiments, but there's nothing here for me to do. After all, while our life may be a fairy tale, a happy ending isn't always guaranteed. But when all seems lost and things appear to be at their darkest, we must remind ourselves that if there is kindness in the world, selflessness, nobility, and above all else, love, then there exists a flame that can never be extinguished, and a hope that will persevere. And it's because of that hope that there's nothing left for me to do, because Pinocchio did it all himself. Dearest Geppetto, weep not, for the doll you have in your hands is just that. But as for brave Pinocchio, in return for his good heart and selfless act, I have forgiven his past misdeeds. For children who love their parents and help them when they are sick and poor are worthy of praise and love, even if they are not models of obedience. And so, Pinocchio, I will grant your wish, and you shall finally be a real boy!
Papa? Papa?
Son? Pinocchio?
Papa! It's me! I'm...
A real boy! Oh, you're a real boy!
You!
Buongiorno, Pinocchio!
Fairy, you granted my wish!
I did grant it, yes. But trust us when we say,
You earned it.
now, I want you to promise that you'll be good, Pinocchio. Be good and kind and loyal, and if you are, then you shall be happy.
I will. I promise.
And I believe you. Arrivederci, pine seed.
What do you say, son? Let's go home.
Wait. Was that me? Is that what I look like?
He stared at the doll for a moment. Then removed the pine seed necklace from around its neck and placed it on his own.
How happy I am to be a real boy! And how happy I am that I'll never forget where I came from.
And so, our story comes to a close.
As for Pinocchio and Geppetto, they returned home.
And Pinocchio took a few odd jobs so that he could buy his papa
a jacket
and a new primer for me, so I can finally go to school.
Let it be known that Pinocchio did go to school, and he did use his primer.
And as he grew, he became wise and kind.
And though they never became rich in gold or stature,
it pleases us to say that Pinocchio and Geppetto did live many happy, healthy years together.
and that, dear ones, is no lie. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, arrivederci!